Hey everybody, it's Chad from the Right Line, and today we're going to re-spool the winch drum. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back. I have to apologize. I meant to get this video filmed on Sunday. I filmed the winch cleaning video on Saturday, and finally this cold that had been starting to plague me last week just hit me like a ton of bricks on Sunday, and I really couldn't film that. So here I am, re-spooling my winch rope onto the drum and feeding the winch rope into the drum before I tape it down to the drum. I'm spooling the rope in through the fairlead to the bottom of the drum. The rope should always be spooled from the bottom of the drum, not the top of the drum. So here I go. I finally got the rope through, and now I'm just gently trying to pull it to the other side of the drum so I can tape it down to the winch drum. Here I finally get it through, and then you'll see me lay it down across the winch drum so I can tape it down to the winch drum. The instructions when I originally put this winch rope on says you tape it to the winch drum with some tape. I use electrical tape here. I'm not gonna lie, putting this tape on there is kind of a pain in the neck with such tight spaces to work, but here I finally get it on. Now you're going to notice here that the rope is actually spooling up on the top of the drum. You'll see me correct that here in just a couple minutes. Again, you always want your rope to spool in from the bottom of the drum. Okay, so here I go resetting the winch rope here, unrolling it so I can spool it in from the bottom. So please don't mind the scrubs. I've actually just gotten home from work and wanted to get this done, but I've got 80 feet of winch rope for my drum, and my cul-de-sac just isn't quite long enough. So what I've done is I've attached a tree saver and a pulley block with a screw pin bow shackle to a tree that's out of scene here, and what I'm working on here is slowly starting to spool that winch line in. You can see the winch rope coming in on the bottom of the drum as it ought to. But the importance of what's going on right here is that this winch rope has tension on it. I've got it attached to that tree, and when I spool this onto the drum, it's got tension on the rope, which is really, really important. My Jeep is in neutral. I've set the parking brake so there's constant drag, and in the few occasions where the winch rope is a little slack, I've got the winch rope running through my gloved hand where I'm constantly applying tension to it. Now, what's real important here is that if you don't allow the winch rope to lay down nice and smooth like it is here on the drum with tension on it, and you wrap it on the drum in a real slack and sloppy way, then when you apply tension to this rope on a pull, what's going to happen is the winch rope will dive in between the lower levels of the winch rope, and it just makes a big mess. So big take home here is when you spool this winch rope in, make sure you spool it in under tension and you lay it down nice and even and smooth so it'll fit well on the drum. So here I am, just continuing to let this rope spool in, watching it as I go. keeping tension on the rope, leaning against the rope every so often with my hip there just to help guide it onto the drum so that it'll lay down nice and smooth. And right about here, I'm coming to the end of the use of my pulley block, so I'm going to undo that here and then finish spooling in the rope. If you watched my winch rope cleaning video, you'll notice I had some problems with the winch mount. It was actually, my rope was rubbing on the top of the winch mount, so I had to cut it down. And right here I'm confirming that there's a nice gap between the rope and the top of the winch mount. And then kind of out of order here, but here's my nod to Trails Off-Road, the premier guide website online. I made this cover for my winch rope to keep the sun off of my winch rope. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.